there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for January 2025. I feel like we have quite the year ahead of us. Starting on the 30th to the 31st of December, we have a new moon in Capricorn. The new moon is asking us to plant the seeds for the lunar cycle to come. And since it's in Capricorn, we want to set intentions, we want to evaluate ambitions so that they align with your long-term vision, consider responsibilities, and take disciplined steps needed to achieve your goals. Really focus on that. On the 1st to the 2nd of Jan, just following there, the moon enters Aquarius, and it also highlights the energy of what needs to change. On the 6th of Jan, the Mars retrograde enters Cancer, your sign, and it makes us all focus and tending to our own emotional needs a bit. We have the full moon in Cancer in your sign on the 13th of January. The moon also rules Cancer, so we're gonna feel quite intense hits of maybe even intuition coming in, but also our emotional needs. What do we need to work with to move forward? And it's also gonna make us look at us as a collective, we can say, like the people around you, how are their emotions working with yours? Not necessarily asking you to set your own aside, that's not what we're focusing on here. We're focusing on yours as well, mainly, and how it's working along with other people's, and making sure that we take care of each other, really. The sun enters Aquarius on the 19th of January. Makes us focus on our future, our hopes, our dreams, and how we can push ourselves out of our comfort zone as a collective and find that rebellious spark inside us. It asks us to open up for the unconventional and push us for new. On the 29th to the 30th of January, we also have the new moon in Aquarius. So we both have the sun and the moon in Aquarius propelling us forward, asking us to push for new, to push for this change. Culminate the ideas that you had since the sun entered Aquarius. So you have a bit of a 10-day period there where you can ruminate a little bit, and then you are asked to really connect into this energy and go forward. The numerology for the year, we're just going to brush over that fairly quickly. 2025 adds up to a number 9. 2 plus 2 plus 5 is giving the collective year number 9. So it's the last number in a numerological cycle, and a cycle does not have a beginning nor an end. But before we are at number 9, and then before reaching number 10, which is also the beginning, the maximum expression, but it's also the beginning, with the 1 and the 0 being the magician and the fool, ready to create new. So the last time we had really a new cycle beginning was in 2017. So 2 plus 1 plus 7 equals 10. So you have the magician and the fool there in the beginning. So it's coming down to reaping what you sown since 2017. Who you become. Who have you become? Integrating all hard learned lessons, closing out old chapters, achieving happiness for your own divine reason, to trust what no longer resonates with you, what you need to shed to become the new you. That's the focus of 2025. And I feel with all the readings I've been doing before yours, this is exactly what we all need to look at. Speaking of shedding, we also have 2025 being the year of the snake, and the snake always sheds its skin. Right. I have meditated on your Caunce. I have cleansed your space. But before we move on with your monthly reading, which is going to be a Celtic cross, I want to cleanse the space with you as well. So without further ado, there will be 3 loud sounds, and I will begin now. Thank you so much for being here. I will use this deck of cards right now. I have this other one here to clarify anything that needs to be clarified. Thank you so much. So spirit guides, guardian angels and ancestors, what is Cancer? What is Cancer bringing in? What is the past energy? That's what we're going to start looking at, and we're also going to have a look at your hopes and your fears for January 2025 and probably the year to come. So I ask spirit guides, guardian angels and ancestor, my higher self, and any archangels that would like to participate into this reading and help me guide Cancer through for their highest good. What is Cancer bringing into January 2025? Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. So you're coming from, it's a card that is in the reverse, and I'm not necessarily reading the reverse as a negative card, but rather than a blockage or something that you need to work on inside of yourself. So the Ace of Pentacles in itself is physical, material, security, stability, educational, that kind of jazz, home even. The aces in the tarot is new beginnings, prosperity, opportunity, new venture in earthly matters like business or body or wealth or abundance, opportunity for prosperity. And this has been blocked. So you have blocked this energy. Could I please have some clarifications here for Cancer? What else has been in the past energy coming into January 2025? Could you please guide Cancer for the highest good? We also have the Six of Swords. And it's like, the Six of Swords, this woman and this child are on this boat. Leaving everything behind except for the clothes. They left everything except the clothes on their backs. So they're ready for a new venture. They're ready for this, but it feels like you've been blocking this. Six of Swords, it's a journey towards harmony, a transition, leaving behind, what no longer serves you. I leave because I cannot heal in a place that reopened my wounds. But you've not left. This is blocked. This whole new beginning, this whole energy here that you're coming into, that is your past energy coming into January 2025, is that you've been blocked. You have blocked this new venture ahead of you. You are stuck. Maybe you've been feeling like it's been overwhelming, too many thoughts. You've been blocking yourself through maybe not balancing yourself. I just feel like with the swords there's thoughts, but also maybe you not had the opportunity actually come fully across. Maybe you were working towards something and you didn't fully get there where you were trying to go. I'm just feeling like that is in your past energy, this new beginnings, or maybe you had higher expectations on yourself, or the people around you, but the new opportunity has been put on pause. Everything that is in the reverse will go into the upright, but that is the energy you're coming from. All right, what is Cancer's hopes or fears coming into January 2025? What is Cancer hoping for? A negative card usually means a fear. A positive card usually means a hope. Did I say that right? I felt like I switched those around. A negative card is a fear and a positive card is hope. So you got the Five of Pentacles here, which is usually quite a negative card, but you got it in the reverse here. So the Five of Pentacles, it is change, it is possibility. It could also be like, this could actually be both a positive and a negative card. You're still fearful of poverty or misery, need, but these people are outside of a church here, and they know that there is help. They should just realize and lift their heads a little bit to realize they're outside of the church. If they go into the church, they will find shelter, they will find food, they will find help inside the church, and that is blocked. So maybe you're actually scared that there might not be any help for you. Maybe you're actually open for some possibility and change, but there is something almost like you're going to be left behind, or there's not something for you, or maybe other people will get help and I will not. That's what I'm getting from there. It's also snowing. It's quite a cold card. But as long as you're realizing that people are not out to get you, you just need to have your head screwed on here and work through your heart and your stomach, like your gut feeling. Excuse me. But, you know, maybe you're just scared that there will actually not be any riches left for you. And there's plenty of riches in the world. No matter how you decide to see it, there's plenty around for everyone. What is the Cancer's present energy here? What is this initial situation Cancer brings or has in January 2025? Thank you, Spirit. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Knights are like rebellious youths. You know, they are not fully a king yet. They have that almost reckless energy, but you know, they are also in their prime. They have courage, they have mercy, honesty and sacrifice, but they're risk takers. They can be a bit irrational. Knight of Cups. You know, there's diplomacy, romance, charm in this card. You know, he is balancing that chalice of water, of cups, highly. He's also covered in fish, with also, you know, it is about intuition and, you know, the subconscious, like that. He is, you know, he is a stable, what do I want to say here? This man here, he's in touch with his emotion and his intuition, and he's able to channel it into action. He's able to channel his intuition into action. You know, there is beauty, art and wonder everywhere. That's like the energy around this card. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is the second time I'm actually filming your reading, and you got the Knight of Cups last time as well. I just had to break off that reading because yeah, no reason needed really, but I had to break off that. But the present energy in that reading as well was the Knight of Cups. So that is the energy twice for you actually, Cancer. So it's actually confirming it. The crossing energy for the Knight of Cups. What is the crossing energy for the Knight of Cups? What is... Do you have any blockages? Or do you have any assets going on with this feeling? What is the crossing energy here? You got 2. I'm not usually asking Spirit for 2 cards. I'm usually asking Spirit for 1 card, but thank you so much. The number 5 and the number 6. So we start with the number 5. You know, number 5 is change, possibility, rivalry, competition, conflict. Disagreements give space for solutions. You know, these guys are fighting with sticks. They're basically training, they're basically playing. There's no actual threat to you. It's more practice. It asks you to embrace solutions and new perspectives. And the 6 of Pentacles, there's a scale going on here. So the 6 of Pentacles, it's a journey towards harmony. You know, you need to... It is a card of charity, but it doesn't necessarily need to be just charity with your money. It's generosity, sharing. You understand that's a crossing energy coming in here is if you give, you will receive. Compassion and understanding breeds generosity, and it also breeds your intuition here, Cancer. Compassion and understanding, it helps you. The way you see yourself is also how you see others, and that's why it's a scale here. There's a balance act between giving and receiving. If you are not giving out enough energy, you might wonder why I'm not receiving, but you can't receive without giving out. So these are the 2 crossing energies. It's kind of like you getting into intuition, and you let intuition, you know that your intuition can be a tool, but you're also like practicing with it and even understanding the art of giving and receiving. Like, it has to do with energy. It doesn't need to only have to do with money or resources or whatever. It's a balance act here, which is also playing into your intuition here. So that is a great confirmation, and it lets me know that you're on the right track here, Cancer, because you're a very intuitive sign. You're a water sign. The intuition flows freely through you, and it should be able to flow through you. So crossing this path on this rocky water is what you're coming from, and it's been resisted, but you're actually tapping in to your intuition here and what that actually means for you and what you need to do, which is absolutely great. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels and Ancestors. I want to know about, and Cancer probably wants to know about their conscious mind. What are they working towards? What are they consciously working towards? What is going on in your conscious mind in January 2025? The Tower, and it's in the reverse. You can either block a tower moment. Tower moment are not necessarily bad, Cancer. And there's a lot of people out there that says that, oh my God, a tower moment. But the tower falls down to the level of a stable foundation, right? So you only get a tower if you've been building on an unstable foundation. It's in the reversed. But let me just, what is it that they need to know here, Spirit? Could be a sudden upheaval, pride, disaster, breaking structure that needed to be broken to build on a stronger foundation, tearing down artificial comfort. Tearing down artificial comfort. You know, it's also about this Aquarius sun and moon coming up in January. It's about breaking and pushing outside of a comfort zone. And the Tower in the reverse could either be a disaster avoided, but it could also be that you are avoiding a Tower moment. You want a I'm not saying that, you know, we want a Tower moment to happen, because they can be absolutely awful. But in order to rebuild our strong tower and castle, all and everything that is unbalanced needs to be broken down, because we don't want to build a life on a bad structure. It is a Mars card that is connected to fire. And if you had a question here, the answer is no. It is connected to Scorpio and Aries, which are both ruled anciently by Mars. And Scorpio is another fellow water sign of yours. But it's like you're blocking. And the Tower is also a major arcana card, so it's quite big life events about the major arcana. So it's kind of like you're blocking or not willing to see what needs to be changed, but you are tapping into your intuition here. But this is in your conscious mind. It might be that you're fighting something. You're not ready for something to happen yet. You're not ready to like go with the flow of the water, which I just said before the card is really important for you. So that's quite interesting. But it could also be like a disaster have been like avoided. You've been following your intuition. You've been feeling like this disaster had been avoided. But the question is, do you actually want to live in the life where you actively avoided a disaster, rather than you getting in touch with your intuition and actually following through what you want and how your life is flowing, if that makes sense? If that makes sense. Unconsciously, Cancer, what is the keys to the mystery? Why are you not where you want to be? What has been going on here? Oh, we have the Ten of Wands, and I have a feeling like I should go again. Is there anything else you would like to say? I can take the other deck. Okay, thank you so much. So the Ten of Wands, it's the end of a cycle. It's both the beginning and the end, we said earlier as well. And the 10 of Wands is the maximum expression, is burden and responsibility. You know, with all this accomplishment of gathering these sticks, it has become a burden to gather, to keep them together. But that is not, you know, you might have started to realize unconsciously that you might need to give other people back their own responsibilities. You need to delegate your responsibilities. Could I please have some more cards of the unconscious mind of Cancer in January 2025? I feel like you started realizing that other people needs to, or you're actually starting to ruminate on this in January, that, oh, I should not have all the burdens of all the other people. I need to start giving the sticks out to people. Could I please have some clarifications on the 10 of Wands for Cancer, January 2025? Could you please Spirit guide them for the highest good, Cancer? Thank you so much. We got 4 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is a card of waiting, high purpose. You know, on the 7 of Cups, you have many choices, and you don't know which ones are actual intuitional hits and good for you, and you don't know which ones are illusions and might be fake. But it feels like you are coming to terms to what is and what isn't, because you have this intuition. You have this starting to delegate. You've finished that cycle mentally. And I feel like you are done waiting and you need to start acting on your higher purpose. That's why I'm getting there. The 4 of Wands, as we're moving on into this subconscious or unconscious, subconscious here. The 4 of Wands is a card of stability and consistency. You also have the Wands again. So stability and consistency. You know, be grateful for what you have. You might have had too deep of a contemplation and thought. Enjoys ignorance. So I feel like these cards are working together. You've been thinking too much about the choices you've been presented, and you need to start delegating. And you know, I feel like I mix this up a little bit. Be grateful what you have. I feel like I'm thinking about the 4 of Cups. Wow. I feel like these two cards combined just in my mind right now. I don't know if you just needed to hear that, but the true meaning, wow, I just went off on a tangent there. These two cards are connected with each other. The 4 of Wands are not, obviously. They're still about consistency and stability, but it is a card of community. It's covered in flowers and grapes and flowers are hard to grow in the tarot. You know, a gathering. It's like a party around the castle. I felt like I just saw the cups there. That's very strange. Thank you so much, Spirit. Whoever you are that needed to hear that, I'm very happy that I could get that message across from you. This is about celebrating your accomplishments. Oh my God. All those 3 cards work together, don't they? Be happy with what you have and don't think too much about what is presented to you. You should be happy with what you have. Celebrate how far you come and celebrate that that is the end of a cycle, but start delegating and start moving on here. And I feel like intuition here and your emotions is playing quite a bit of a... I'm so sorry. I feel a little bit scattered about this energy, but it's like 7 of Cups turned 4 of Wands, that you also needed to hear, into the 4 of Cups. Do we have another 4? We don't have another 4. We have another 5. Either way. So it's still mentally made out like there's the 4 of Cups in here as well. So you got 2 cards about stability and consistency, but this is about celebrating what you have and what you have achieved with the end of the cycle in your subconscious. And the 7 of Cups, you know, waiting in higher purpose. I think you should start acting on your higher purpose here, because you need to start celebrating and move forward and ride that that horse and follow your intuition doing so. We're going to look at the energy of you here, Cancer. The energy of you, your attitude towards January, and how you are doing here in this situation. Your attitude towards January and yourself, and who are you? And could we please, Spirit, have one card to describe this for Cancer? Could you please guide them for their highest good? Got two cards here. We got the Ace of Cups, and the first thing that I think about with the Ace of Cups is this cup is overflowing. It's overflowing with emotion, intuition. There's a bird coming down from the sky, and this hand is presented to you from the universe, and this cup is overflowing, which means you can start flowing into other people's cups. It might need to have to do with that full moon in Cancer. You know what I said earlier about other people? We can actually have that emotional energy if we work with it to flow it into other people's cups if they're willing to take it. It could be a representation of new love, overflowing feelings, creativity, new beginnings, a start of an emotional fulfillment, joy of giving and receiving. And the giving and receiving we also have here. So it's a theme coming back here. The Page of Swords in the reverse. We have a new beginning here. Maybe you're not willing to see this new opportunity just yet. Maybe you are contemplating whether or it's worth it. With this Seven of Cups, maybe you feel like it might be too much of a challenge for you. Maybe you don't think that you're smart enough for it, but you are, and this card will go into the upright. There is a new opportunity with this card. Like an experiment. Curiosity, restlessness, mental energy that you are blocking here. So you are blocking this new opportunity. Maybe you even feel a little bit like you have not had enough energy to deal with it, since we've had the Ten of Wands here in your subconscious. Maybe you've been, you know, running a little bit low on energy in order to feel like you can have the energy to tackle this. But, you know, the Page of Swords is eager to share. It's a card about planning, and you don't really feel like you want to plan right now. Or maybe you've not been very planned. Strategizing. Did I not also mention strategy just recently here? Strategizing and listening to your intuition. There is a new emotional and creative beginning here, and fulfillment. It will bring you a lot of fulfillment if you dare to listen to your intuition here. Just following the water throughout the reading here. The Page of Swords. The swords are both, you know, the pages are willing to learn, and they are representing a new opportunity and curiosity. But the sword is double-edged. It can do both good and bad. So maybe that's why you're getting stuck in your head about this planning, and maybe you're not feeling like you're good enough here. Maybe that's also why you're avoiding the Tower consciously, because you've been consciously avoiding the Tower. You don't want something to break down in order to build new. But you've been working so hard towards it, maybe that's why. But you know, in order to actually fully live in alignment with ourselves and in a good flow, sometimes things need to break down, and it is painful when it is happening. But you know, it is so worth it when you feel like you are actually, even in hindsight, you know, that needed to happen in order to adjust yourself towards the life you were actually meant to live, and the life that you know that you deserve. If we look at the cards of your environment, what is influencing you right now? What is going on around you? What is influencing Cancer right now in January 2025? Thank you so much. The Queen of Cups. the Queen of Cups. So the queens in the tarot, they're expressing their power through creativity. Oh my goodness, creativity. She's also very close to the water, connected to her emotions. You know, she's calm, she is serenity, she is kindness. I can bring others happiness without sacrificing my own. So I feel like this is what's also being connected here. You are tapping into this energy influencing you. And I think this is the energy that you're coming from, and this is the energy you're going into. You have your cup overflowing, and you're realizing about the giving and the receiving of the energy. And you are aligning yourself with that. Could I please have another card on the Tower here? Oh, thank you. The Tower in your conscious. Could be a heartbreak, the Three of Swords. You also have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So there might be a lot of thoughts going on around here, actually. The Three of Swords could be a heartbreak, but it's also, you know, patience and balance in a sort of indecision. Indecision. It's funny that we got that one. But this is, I feel like I'm combining these two as well. The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about patience, balance, and indecision, right? Because, you know, one choice is not better than the other. There's pros and cons with all my decisions, but you're not willing to maybe see that right now. You might not be willing to see that there's pros and cons with both good and things that happens in our lives, and you're not willing to maybe ask for help. But the Three of Swords, you know, it's also raining in the background here, and we have three swords that's piercing a heart. So the Three of Swords could be a new life. There's a point of no return, suffering, despair, heartbreak. But you also got another three earlier, didn't you? Did you not? Maybe that was actually in your last reading, you got another three. So maybe the numbers 333 means a lot to you right now. The Three of Swords. So this is balancing, and you're not willing to see the, you know, it's like the scales, you know, it's you need to weigh out what's good and what's bad, and I feel like you are not, you can't do that right now. You're avoiding a Tower moment. You don't see the balance and the patience. You can't see the pros and the cons of something happening to you. You know, some things are painful to hear, but sometimes we still need to hear it. Even if that is coming from someone on YouTube, or if it's coming from inside of yourself, but you are the one that knows the answer. You know the true answer. You need to listen to your heart. You need to align your heart with your mind, since it's the swords, and into your gut as well. It's also about, you know, sometimes we need to hear the hard things to hear to bring out the strength inside us that we never knew that we had. All the cards that are in the reverse will go into the upright throughout the month. So you will have a Tower moment. You're just working towards maybe accepting it. And maybe it's actually a Tower that you knew was going to fall from the very beginning. With these two. And the Two of Swords will also come into the upright, and you will start seeing and weighing up the pros and the cons with everything. I'm feeling a little bit of love here, both a little bit career, a little bit of love. Take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't resonate with you behind. But what is the long? No. We don't want to go long first. What is the short term outcome for Cancer? A glimpse into what comes next within this energy of Cancer for January 2025. Strength is in the reverse, but it will go into the upright. The Strength in the reverse, it's a major arcana card, and you know, it's a very positive card really, but you might not feel like you're strong enough right now. But this lady here, you have the infinity sign over her head. It also represents the number 8, which is also the representation of karma. She is, you know, dazzled, she's covered in flowers, and flowers in the tarot is hard to grow. You have a mountain in the background, which will be some sort of achievement or challenge, depending on how you see it, I suppose. And she is willing to stick her hand into this lion's mouth. And this is a relationship of trust and bravery and instinct, and she has a confidence to do so. And inner strength and radiating out, you know, the power comes from understanding and compassion, which we also talked about earlier. I feel like we did. It is the card of Leo, and it has to do with the sun. You know, you need to acknowledge your inner abilities as a sign of inner strength. And could we please have another card here? I feel like that is what you're working through right now, Cancer. Your inner strength, the courage to maybe go for that trip, or maybe move abroad, or you know, could I have a clarification card for the strength in the short-term outcome here? Oh, okay, that one really jumped. I feel like it should be going like that, and that is the 5 of Wands. So the 5, we have another 5 over here. It is the actual 5 of Wands as well. So it is about this playfulness, the change, the possibility. There might be some conflict or, you know, competition along the road, but it's not as serious because we're all fighting with sticks. We're all learning how to do this. So it's basically training you in order to, you need to train yourself in order to find your inner strength and inner compass. And whether that is through meditation or through small challenges that you trust your intuition here. I also ask you to look at the cards as we're doing the readings, because you might get some intuitional hits. So this reading will be more personal to you. And there might be a personal message in here for you. But you need to practice your strength here. And the strength will go into the upright throughout the month. And you will find that strength within you. You will find that fire within you. What is the long-term outcome for Cancer for January 2025, Spirit? Could you please guide them for their highest good? Could you please guide them for the highest good, Spirit? What is Cancer's long-term outcome of the energy of January 2025? Long-term outcome could be months or even years, but please, Spirit, could we please have the long-term outcome for Cancer? January 2025. Okay, you really jumped out. You have the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups has to do with loyalty and bonding. There's also the number 3 is a card of point of no return, which we have throughout all the 3s. It's a new life. It has to do with happiness, friendship, socializing, a loving community, and you know, investing in the people around you. Investing in the people around you and giving and taking. So the long term here, and there are, you know, there's a harvest going on in the feast. They're having a feast together. They're dancing around, being very joyous. So the cups again. There's this, you know, the new energy coming in, which is great. That is in the long term energy throughout all this. What you're working on right now, or what you will step into January 2025. That is a great ending really for your reading, Cancer. You're finishing on loyalty and bonding and a new life, a happiness and friendship. So I'm very happy that you are going through in this, since these cards, you're finding your inner strength and you're willing to ask for help and you can outweigh, you're allowing this tower to happen. And through that, it will bring you more bigger sense of community and love around you. Could I please have 3 messages that Cancer needs to hear for January? Yeah, you have conclusions are within reach. So I feel like what's hiding there, it's the moon, and the moon and light, it lights up the whole world around it when it's full. You have a full moon eclipse even on the card there. So conclusions are within reach. You are almost willing, if you reach out to grab the information provided to you, you will find the solution that you actually need to get to. And we also have work through your fears. So work through that tower, work through that 2 of Swords. That's exactly what we've been saying through here. Like, work through your illusions, or that you are scared might be illusions. And fear and despair and heartbreak, and allow that wall to fall down, because it's easier and better for you to build on a stable ground. Embrace the energy of the Queen of Cups. You know, she's a master of emotion. She knows when to and how to balance her feelings. You know, she doesn't shut down because of it, but she knows how to balance it. She got 2 little angels standing on top here, being on this scale, you can even say. It really reminds me of a scale. It's not a scale, but it really reminds me, just a picture of that you have one on the other. You know, balance that energy within yourself, work through your fears, and take that time to, you know, make sure that you are receiving what you're giving out, so you're not just giving and giving and giving and giving, not receiving anything in return. Because if you take on everyone else's burdens, that's when you start going to fall apart. And it's okay to fall apart sometimes, Cancer, you know. As a fellow water sign, it's okay to fall apart sometimes, because it helps us build stronger. What else does Cancer need to know? Could I have another message? Ooh, you got 2. You have a win-win outcome is forecast. So you also got the scales there, and I feel like that is connected to just what I said. Interesting. And a new start is coming. You have a new moon. You have a new moon, and the new moon in Capricorn starts on December 30th to the 31st. So brace yourself and be willing to learn from this. I'm so truly grateful that you've been here today. All my socials are down in the description below. You can't find me anywhere else unless it's on those channels. I'm truly grateful. Thank you, Spirit, Guardian Angels and Ancestors. Thank you, Cancer, for being here. And hopefully I see you, hopefully this has been resonating first and foremost. So if it has been resonated with you, please leave a like, please leave a comment, and consider subscribing. And hopefully I see you in February. Thank you so much. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.